It's that time. What's happening in your city? You got love for your city? City views. City views. City views. Oh, city views. City views. City views. Oh, city views. City views. City views. City views. Oh, city views. City views. City views. City views. City views. Oh, city views. 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 And we're on, ladies and gentlemen. Get the right camera here. Hello, here I am. I'm over here.
Pan to, okay.
Hey.
Hi, there you are.
How's it going? All right. Can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. We made it through another week of CT Views.
We have.
You know, we are here ready to bounce, you know. And
ready to boogie.
That's
boogie.
Right. That's right. You know, we're energized, ready to roll. We got a great show lined up for you. I think Restaurant Week last week kind of pumped a new energy into the show.
And, talking about that, huh?
Well, I mean, just, you know, the overall excitement and the synergy for, you know, getting downtown kind of back, you know, pumping again and all those vibes, you know, that actually is the origins of the show. So interesting as it may be, and hopefully Steve and the gang will be in a little later on to give us some updates.
Unless, of course, they're down at one of the restaurants.
They may,
chowing down.
If I was there chowing down, you wouldn't be able to get me away. I could be doing my thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, as it is, I think one of the restaurants almost did not get their plates back.
That's true.
Whoa.
Well, no, no.
When because they brought samples last week for us to sample on the show, and needless to say, I had to keep Jacque in check, and you know his health. So I had to eat most of the samples. Okay. Yes, it was only because of his health. I was looking out for him.
Well, that was good.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
But the tastings, the samples they brought were amazing. They were great, and unfortunately, they had to leave it out their plates because we were still kind of chowing down.
Yeah. But we did hire detail to make sure that we got everything back to them in one piece, safe, sound, and clean.
And clean.
And clean.
Yes,
well, that's good too.
Yes.
So nonetheless, before we go on with the show, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we like to do. We love to recognize our sponsors and thank them for their support and allowing us to bring you quality community broadcasting each and every week right here from your local access Altice Channel 5. I want to give a big, huge shout out to Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Region Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite in Torrington. The Chamber is indeed the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. They can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. So thank you to our sponsors. We're so grateful for your support, and we hope that we can continue to shine the light on the great things that are taking place in our region of the state. So with that being said, talking about some of the light being shown in our region and in the state, this woman's work is not only limited to that, but it's gone worldwide, international. And we're so glad to bring on the show this evening Dr. Elaine Golden. I'm so excited to have you here because in the times in which we're living, it's always nice to have a light shining in the world. And, you know, what you're bringing to the table, I think is so necessary in so many ways because people need to know that there's hope.
Correct.
And if you can find where that space of hope is, hopefully it'll lead to more fruits of the Spirit, where they can discover that true joy
Yes.
and that true humility that only can come from these types of efforts. So I definitely want you to talk a little bit to our audience a bit about
Okay.
the work that you're doing and the impact that you're making in the lives of so many people.
Well, the Holy Spirit of God led me to a lot of this, and one scripture that really ministered to me was Isaiah 58:10, and it says, "And if you send yourselves in behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, then your light will rise in the darkness, and your night will become like noonday." And that's just getting ourselves in a place where we know that we're not alone in this world, because there are many people that are oppressed. There are many people that are needy, not only here domestically, but internationally. And so Flowing River International Teaching and Equipping Center is a place where I teach the Word of God. However, in that, I also help them get jobs. I help them to move forward and work with them in trauma, as we talked about that time.
Yeah.
People in trauma can't seem to move forward,
Right.
and they're stuck. But there's always a way out of trauma. And for me, of course, it's prayer and teaching. I've been a teacher forever. I was a teacher in New York City. I've been involved with that. And I still love to teach. And I still love to equip people to be able to do the things that they need to do. So at one point, when there was the tsunami in 2004, 2005, remember?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I was sent to India, where the tsunami had taken place in that area. And so we built an orphanage, and that's how that started. And then we started working with the widows and the orphans. And I have a food truck that's still in India, in Tenali, India. And it's a big old truck, and it goes beep, 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 beep as it drives. But in front of the truck, I do have a picture of it, but I don't know how to bring it up, so I can't. But it has my face, and it looks so big. But it says, "For the village." And it's all the people that are of slum area. And I hate to use that word, but that's really what it is. There's no food, there's no clothes. And so every month we send a certain amount of money. And I don't have a big ministry where thousands of dollars come in. Everything is by donation, financially.
Yeah.
And so, I'm always thankful for that. And God still provides. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he equips it, but he does. And it's always by his hand.
Right.
And so when I started this, it started with India.
Right.
But then it really was in Mexico I started, but that was a kind of different thing. It was just a missionary field kind of work. And so, but then I went to India, and it grew from there to Pakistan. So I have one sewing school in Pakistan, gang. I have a beautician school we just opened up in Pakistan, so that women can learn how to take care of themselves, how to sew, how to get clothes ready. And so we have now 20 sewing machines going, which we really need more, but we've got 20 going, and that's been pretty good so far. So we've got the school, and I've got a village Sunday school with young children whose families have been persecuted. There were fires, houses were burned because they were following God. And so we had to kind of help rebuild that area. But God is so good that he helped us to do that. So we have 4 churches in that area, and then I have 5 more in other parts. I have one in Ghana, and the one in Ghana is a school now. We built the school, and the school has walls, and it's warm when it needs to be warm and cool where it needs to be cool. And we're equipping children to use technology, to read and to write, to do things that need to be done, teaching them English if they need it, but basically reading. I don't put my Western culture into their culture. Their culture is their culture, and I want to keep that culture, but add God's love into that and show them that they're important. That doesn't matter how old they are, they're important. And that's the Ghana. And in Kenya, I have a medical program where I send some finances there to help. But all in all, domestically, we help people find jobs. Domestically, we help people if they need money for car insurance or whatever. And the bottom line is this: love one another as Christ has loved us. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line. Touch the lives you can touch. You can't touch everybody, right, Mr. Williams? You can't touch everybody. But you can touch as many people as you can. And so that's my goal always. And that's my desire, for people to be healed from trauma, to be saved so they know God is love, and they can be free to be who they're supposed to be in life. That you are important to God, the work you do is important to God, and every person has a destiny. And because I was a child of abuse when I was young, and there are things that happen in my life, I want everyone to know that they have a way out, and that God is on their side, and that God loves them. God loves you just the way you are. And I'm so thankful that he uses me to bring that message.
Well, Doctor, I was so looking forward to having you on the show for this very reason, because we want to be an instrument for voices like yours to be heard in our community. And whatever efforts we can contribute to that, because you'll never know that person who might have just heard what you just talked about, how it may have touched them. And that's why we're so grateful to our sponsors, because this format allows us to do that. And there's so many special people in our area, in our region, that do tremendous work. And what you do is simply fascinating and also necessary.
So talk to us about, I'm sorry, Jacque, to interrupt you, but I saw on, our little sheet that you fill out there, your involvement with the UN.
I am. That happened on December 4th, 2009, but I got a phone call at the beginning of November. And the phone call was very strange, because they said, we're looking for Dr. Elaine Golden to bring her into the United Nations. And I said, you have the wrong number, and I hung up. Because I had no way of knowing that was going to happen, and it kind of shocked me. And they called me back, and they said, Dr. High has recommended you as an ambassador for peace in the United Nations because of your outreaches that you've done in India and Mexico. So that's where it actually really all started. Mm-hmm. And they said, we want you to come on December 4th, 2009 to a gala event in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was an interview, because they said, you've been nominated. But they said, wear my Indian garb, which, I have. Those saris are really gorgeous. So I wore my fancy garb for India, and I went there. I walked in. My daughter was with me. She had a camera, because we didn't know what was going to be. And all of a sudden, we walked in. Let me tell you, I was like this. It was so elegant. It was so beautiful. Uh-huh. And there was so much sparkle. And I was like, what's happening? I was like a deer in headlights, if you see the pictures. And so I'm walking, and Dr. High met me, and Reverend Grouder met me, which I still speak with. Mm-hmm. And they sent me to a table. And they said, you're sitting here. And I said, oh, okay. It was like right in the front. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'll sit here. And I met several people from all over the world. Mm-hmm. And it was really cool to do that, because that's my heart, like missionary, meeting different people, cultures, eating different kinds of foods. I love all that. And so they all of a sudden said, okay, you're going backstage now. I said, why am I going backstage? I said, what's going on? They said, you're going to receive your reward and your certificates because of what you do for humanitarian things. Mm-hmm. And I said, when's the interview? They said, you don't understand, Dr. Golden. You already been selected
Wow.
and appointed.
Wow.
We've gone through the people, and you're one of the ones that have been appointed as the ambassador for peace for the nations and even for the USA.
Wow.
So I thought, I have no idea what's going on. So they led me backstage, and there was this big guy. He was from Africa, and he was getting a nomination. I said, I'll go behind him because I figured I did. I went behind him. Someone led me, and they said, no, Dr. Golden, you're not going behind him. You're going to go up first. And I went, nah. So I stuttered a little. I felt like Moses stuttering. But I said, can he please go first so I could see like what's happening? And then they said, okay, we'll let somebody go in front of you. And so they did. But when they handed me the award, I have it. Next time I come on, I could always bring it if you want to see it. And they handed it to me, and I was like, still stunned and extremely surprised that God did that, because it's everything, including my doctorate, including being a pastor, a minister, missionary, evangelist. I've never looked for any of it. I never searched for it. It never was like, this is what I do and this is what I want to be when I grow up. I didn't do that. I was a teacher, an interpreter for the deaf. That was what I did. But I never looked for any of this. So when this was happening with the United Nations, the people that I'm involved with now, we have Zooms, but I've been to the United Nations in New York, of course, but there's a lot of Zoom meetings. And now I'm involved with the World Leadership Conference. And the World Leadership Conference meets once a month on a Wednesday at 4 p.m. And it's ministers and ambassadors from all over the world. I mean, every nation, every tribe, every tongue, and that's how I feel heaven's going to be, like everyone, you know. And it's beautiful, and everybody respects each other. And the love that I have for this is that we find common ground. You're never going to agree with everybody on everything. That's just not the way life is. But in your heart, if you can find one thing that's common ground, when I'm on a peace talk on the Zoom or whatever, and I can find one thing, maybe that's connected to Pakistan. Oh, yeah, I understand Pakistan's going through harassment. Oh, yeah. All right, Ghana's having floods. Okay. Africa, in the area of Ghana right now, they're holding back water in Pakistan and in Africa from those who are serving God. So when you can find common ground to talk about something, that brings a peace. And then you can follow through on that. And that's what I do. And that's what helps me. And even when we've gone to these meetings, you know, that you and I have been to, it's just finding the love of people and common ground. And who cares what you believe in the world system? Believe in God's system. Believe in the things that are truly important in life. Because everybody's not going to love me, and that's okay. But as long as God loves me, that's perfect. But in the United Nations, there are so many ups and downs and rounds about, but people never argue. We just mutually submitted to each other. And I'm glad you asked that question, because a lot of people know that the United Nations has some things going on now that need help and prayer. But on the other hand, if we have people that are working in there that truly want to see the best for our nation and other nations, then those are the kinds of people we need in there.
What we needed, Doctor, was you on the show. Because I think you've opened up some doors for us to create some conversations that will definitely impact our community and hopefully come up with ways that we can meet our challenges, those that may be unforeseen at this point, but as you're very well aware of in your comings and goings, that things can change in the blink of an eye.
In the blink of an eye.
In the blink of an eye.
Well, we are short on time, but we wanted to thank you for coming on. And if I understand you have a couple books that
Yes.
are going to be on Amazon soon,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So this is Praying
that's
from
a
the
journal.
Throne Room of God. Very nice. So this one's a journal.
Yes.
For you to be able to just jot down your thoughts and different scriptures or things that might move you.
Anything that moves you. Yeah.
And then Praying from the Throne Room of God. This is Guidelines to Intercession. So this is the actual book. And would these be sold together
Yes,
as a
they
set
will.
on Amazon?
Yes, they will.
So look for these on Amazon soon, and they're by Dr. Elaine Golden. We thank you so much for coming on.
It was my
been
pleasure.
a pleasure
Thank you.
having you on.
Thank you.
And learning about you and your involvement with the UN.
Well, I appreciate it, and I pray that every person that might see this will have an excitement to do the work of the Lord, whatever that is, whether it's feeding somebody on the street or praying with somebody in a supermarket or just smiling at somebody who looks discouraged, to encourage them so that we have hope for the hopeless, encouragement for the discouraged, and faith for the faithless.
All right.
And we not only at Culture for a Cause talk the talk, we walk the walk.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we align ourselves with notable people like Dr. Golden is because our values are aligned. And what we'd like to present to you next is Coryse's declaration on human rights that she has partnered with Culture for a Cause to have the proclamation.
Because of my involvement with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights through the UN as well. So
there we go.
With that, I decided Jacque came to me and I used, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to come up with a proclamation for Culture for a Cause. And Dan, are we ready to take that away? In the spirit of unity, equality, and dignity for all, let it be known that Culture for a Cause stands as a beacon of hope and harmony, guided by the principles enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Our mission is simple: to build community through the transformative power of music and the arts. We believe the arts have a unique ability to transcend racial and economic divides, weaving threads of connection that binds us together as one human family. As stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancements and its benefits. Culture for a Cause wholeheartedly embraces this principle, recognizing the profound impact of art in touching the hearts and souls of individuals, conveying powerful messages that resonates across boundaries. Through our commitment to creating and supporting community arts projects, we strive to foster a sense of belonging and togetherness among people from all walks of life. These projects serve as catalysts for dialogue, understanding, and collaboration, celebrating the rich tapestry of diverse cultures that make up our society. Furthermore, we dedicate ourselves to raising funds for community, social, safety nets through events that center around these arts projects. By combining the transformative power of the arts with a passion for social justice, we aim to not only inspire creativity and connection, but also to support those in need within our community. Be it further proclaimed that we call upon individuals, organizations, and communities to join us in this mission, to celebrate the transformative power of the arts, and to work together to create a world where creativity and compassion flourish, and where every person's human rights are recognized and respected. In witness whereof, this proclamation is made to honor and affirm our collective commitment to these ideals. We thank you for your continued support.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. What a fascinating segment that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a great segment, learning about Dr. Golden and her missions and what moves her. That was
I'm glad we finally got a chance to get her on the show.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but good things come to those who wait.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, we've got someone exciting with us here today. My mouth is watering, and I think I came prepared. I've got some grape juice here, and I know it pairs perfectly with chocolate. So we've got Carmen from Fascia's Chocolate here. They're located right in Waterbury, believe it or not, and it's quite the facility. Like, you can actually see them making the chocolate, wrapping it, the whole nine. Like, you see the entire operation. You can just walk in. It's like a little museum all in one. There's pictures of cocoa pods. It's a beautiful facility, and it just reminds me of my family, who also owns acres and acres of cocoa fields in the Caribbean. But Fascia's Chocolate has been in existence since 1964.
That's correct. Yep.
Wow. Okay. So take us down that road. Talk to us about
Sure.
how you got started.
Well, the quick story. My mother and father-in-law, John and Helen Fascia, started in their home in the Town Plot section of Waterbury in 1964. It was really a part-time job for 21 years, although that was a lot of work. They sold out of their home for 14 years before they finally got a little shop, and they were still making. My wife and her two sisters grew up literally letting strangers into the basement to buy chocolate, if you can imagine that. Could only do that probably in the 70s and 60s and 70s. But they finally made it a full-time business.
You tell someone, come to my basement these days, and
that's that's exactly what it was. They finally realized. My father-in-law tells a story about two guys late at night wanting chocolate before they went home. I think they had gone to the bar for a long time and knocked on the door until he woke up and sold them a box of chocolate to get them away. And he said, we finally got to get out of the house.
Yeah.
But they had moved once and then again. They were in one location for about 18 years. People would find us, but they were in their late 60s, early 70s, working the business, and all of a sudden they lost their lease. And that was in 2008. And we moved into an industrial park right near the DMV area of Waterbury. We had a 5-year lease there. I joined during that time. I'm an engineer by training. The son-in-law had been in the family for a long time, but not really thought about chocolate as a career move. It's not something you want to do in the middle of your career, is jump into a tiny little chocolate business. But no, I'm very happy we did it. The big thing was 13 years ago, we bought our building that we're in now after we got out of the location that we were in. And 13 years in this building. It's right off Route 8, very easy to find. Thank you for
right on the train tracks
it's
too.
It's right on the train tracks. So that's one of the most unique things. You're right. We are a manufacturer and a retailer, and there's a lot of those. But very few people have the events that we do. And then the railroad right there. So 2015, we started working with the railroad, and our signature event, something we call the Chocolate Decadence Tour.
Yes.
Now, that is a wine and chocolate pairing on the train that comes to Fascia's. People get off, make fun chocolates, and we get back on. I conduct all the pairings, and we use local vineyards, Sunset Meadow Vineyards, one of our stalwarts that come on. We've got 2 more already up on the schedule, July 11th and August 15th for those
July
watching.
11th, August 15th. Okay.
You got to go to the railroad website.
August 15th, I think that might be the date.
Okay.
No, August 15th is my son's birthday.
Oh, boy.
My older son, who's going to be turning 16.
Well, not old enough to drink. I'm sorry.
Not old enough to drink. So I think we're going to have to do the July 11th one.
August 15th. And then we'll start late September. We go almost every week through the month of October because it's a foliage season.
Yes. And I believe, have you also paired with them on the Easter Bunny?
We've done a lot with a lot of different things. No, we haven't gotten involved with Easter Bunny or Santa because those are very full trains for them. But the scenic tours that they run come to Fascia's and drop people off to shop. Okay. So that plus the chocolate experience that I do, where I talk about the origins of chocolate. I talk all about what happens in your homeland, harvesting cacao and fermenting it, and all the way from the history of the bean to how chocolate is made from a bean to a bar. Yeah. And then what we do with it at Fascia's. We buy a tremendous chocolate. The beans from Trinidad in particular are really world renowned, right? Trinitero beans, I think, are a hybrid of the original Criollo beans and the Forastera bean, if I'm not mistaken. It's a really great bean. We do not source beans. We don't make chocolate from a bean. That's one thing a lot of people don't know, is that the majority of people think about are sourcing chocolate and then doing wonderful things with it, like we do at Fascia's. In our chocolate experience, people make a chocolate bar. We've had I've talked about chocolate to over 70,000 people in just the last 15 or so years. So very proud of that. And we do go out and do things. We are more and more bringing people in to do make-a-bars for fundraising. Being philanthropic and letting people sell our chocolate, but more importantly, do it on site. Come in, make a chocolate bar, have a shopping week. We write a check for a percentage of whatever's been purchased and for the amount of bars made. So anybody who wants to raise funds, you can give us a call. We'll get you on the schedule. You can have your own week, your own day, and get all your supporters to show up at
That's a great fundraiser.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a great fundraiser.
There's some people in Waterbury that we could talk to. I think that would be very interested in collaborating on something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we reach all of Litchfield County. We have about 130 locations now in Connecticut that sell our chocolate. That's one of the moves we made over the last several years. My son is leading that part of the business and doing a great job. You can find us in a lot of Adams stores and LeBron's and Big Y. Several places, a lot of Litchfield County.
And is all your wrapping pretty much the same?
Yeah, that's pretty much our standard colors. We've got a few other things. A lot of the racks that people see in a grocery store will have. Let's open them. I did take the shrink wrap off. They do come shrink wrap. So there we go. If everybody could see, I can tell everybody what she is and what each are. Our 1 pound box has there's 28 pieces. There's 14 of each type. So we give everybody 2 of everything. So if you find one you like,
we don't have to fight.
You don't have to fight over it.
No, we're gonna be fighting, Coryse.
In fact, there's a QR code. Yeah, there's a QR code on the bottom. So before you even start the box, hit the QR code. You'll know exactly what every piece is. We don't put the map in the box, but it's online, and you can see what every piece is. But hazelnut melt-away and dark melt-aways and nut cups and caramel and peanut butter and coconut.
You had me at caramel.
Caramel right there. That should be a dark caramel. Okay. There's a milk sea salt caramel there.
I got it.
There you go, milk sea salt caramel. Now you can't talk if you're gonna have caramel.
I know caramel is just
creme brulee. We just got back from our national convention, and that creme brulee piece was a finalist for the best cream. Yes, we were in the top 4. We were in the top 4 2 years ago for our caramel. So we're the only one in our full Retail Confectioners International Association that have been finalists in two times in 2 different categories. Wow. We're very proud of what we do there, and again, everything's handmade. We use old-fashioned methods, copper kettles, open flame, marble slabs. We're happy we've grown, and we can still grow a little bit more, but we're doing everything. So yes, creme brulee. That is a cream center, so it's not hard. It's not runny at all.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Okay, and it's got the rose gold sugar on top, and we make I formulated this with a gelato flavoring, and everybody should know we do make gelato from scratch at Fascia. So we hold a bakery license, a frozen dessert license, as well as a food manufacturing license.
I did see the gelato cooler, freezer there, and you walk around and honestly, you can get dizzy because you're like, I think I want that, I want that, I want that. Everything is so nicely laid out.
Thank you. All credit to my wife and my retail team. They're really good at that.
And it just looks so delicious and inviting, like I said. And this creme brulee with the rose.
It's a rose gold sugar. It's basically a bronze sugar.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And you better save me one.
Remember, there's 2 of every kind.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't have to repeat that.
Yeah, me and Coryse get along just fine until it comes to food, and then for some reason it just don't quite connect.
That's fun.
Well, wow.
Peanut butter lovers, that's one of my favorite pieces. If I had to go for one, it would be that peanut butter melt-away. And a melt-away, most people don't know this. People consider it a truffle. It's not. a truffle has to have dairy as part of its center. It's called
Oh.
ganache. The ganache
Mhm.
center
Yep.
has to be dairy and chocolate. A melt-away is just chocolate. It's softened a bit with coconut oil and then
Okay.
flavored. So the peanut butter is an all peanut butter center, chocolatey peanut butter center. We have make dark, we make raspberry, we make mocha, and hazelnut,
Oof.
and a mint. We don't bring
Wow.
the mint in the box because that makes the whole box taste minty.
Well,
Yeah, the mint tends to be very strong. You got to
Yeah.
be very careful of
Yeah.
mint.
I think Carmen just kind of wormed his way back onto the next show, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you know,
like the method to his madness.
I think we're going to have to take our camera crew down there and do a whole walk around.
We can do that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can definitely do that. We'd
I
love
think
to
we're
have you
gonna have
down.
to do that as well. But this has been amazing. Like
Oh,
I
thank
said,
you
your
for-
chocolate is delicious. I'm a white chocolate lover, but this
We have
creme
plenty of
brulee,
white chocolate for you. And
Good.
I do want to give any listeners and viewers, white chocolate is real. You got to understand that. It's
Thank
real
you. Thank
when
you.
it's 100% cocoa butter.
Mm.
When you replace the cocoa butter with something else, like a palm oil, palm kernel oil, no, it's not real.
Okay.
So as long as it comes, the cocoa butter from the bean with milk, solid sugar, vanilla, that is white chocolate. It's real when it's cocoa butter. You got to read
Thank
your
you.
ingredients.
Thank you for telling them that, because the amount of times I say, "Oh, I only like," that's not real
Yeah,
chocolate.
there you go. People get that messed up all the time.
Yeah, yeah. White chocolate is great. Chocolate. I don't mind if there's a great filling in it. Then I will eat around that chocolate and get to that filling.
Okay.
Like this creme brulee, which is absolutely delicious with the rose gold sugar on top. I mean, you can't go wrong. What is your price points of some of your boxes here?
Well, surprisingly, I know that we are economically priced for the type of chocolate we have. A 1 pound box is $34.
Okay.
We have half pound and quarter pound. You can buy out of the case. We have, and one of the biggest pieces, one of the reasons why our grocery market's been good is we got a lot of 6-packs. So we'll take all the really good stuff, like a 6-pack of creme brulee, like a 6-pack of caramel, 6-pack of peanut butter, and we have them in a hanging, more what we call treat size.
Yeah.
And those are $7.
Oh, wow.
So you can bring home 6 pieces, and a lot of people do. We're very happy about that. But I think we're the only confectioner I know of that goes from the little treats that you could package up to gourmet boxes. And we have 3-pound boxes and premium boxes with truffles and cherries. So you can really spend, from $7 to $100 plus on a larger box of chocolate. So,
Wow.
and again, come to Fascia's. You can get it out of the case and pick your favorites.
Definitely.
And we have more variety in the case than is available anywhere else.
Now, when do you think? When is your busiest season that you find a lot of people just flocking to your store?
Well, okay, 2/3 of our business is done between November and April, and that 2/3 is 1/3 at Christmas and Hanukkah, and the other third is Valentine's and Easter.
Okay.
So those are the 3 big holidays where everybody's going to come.
Yeah.
So we are now here in June, July at the doldrum part. We're going to do 1/3 of our business in just the next few months.
Right.
And, we have to get ready for the holidays. So we're already molding some turkeys and
molding turkeys. Wow.
Turkeys and pumpkins and things like that.
Oh,
We start to go slow. Chocolate does not. It's not a product that needs to be eaten fresh. I mean, 6 months of shelf life is fine. So we'll start really getting up and going around August. We kind of bide our time and do our things and make our gelato and a few other things that we can do, like the solid pieces, because even solid chocolate kept well, solid chocolate's 2 years.
Right.
Most people don't realize that. It's the centers, the caramels or the sugars that could potentially dry a bit.
Okay.
That won't happen when we start making it in earnest in August, September, boxing and getting ready for the holidays. So, this is the time of year that I'm doing a lot of internal stuff.
Okay.
Staying busy, making the business run better internally.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly appreciate your expertise, man, and we're looking forward to having you back, especially as you start to ramp it up for the train trips, because I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in finding out all the deets.
We'd love to see people on the train. We love to help your nonprofit. raise some funds, and a lot of different ways to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Custom bar wrappers. You can make your own chocolate bar with your own wrapper. We do that for corporate as well.
Oh, wow. Corporate events, yeah.
Corporate events or corporate gifting, where you open this box of chocolate, and instead of seeing just this protecting the candy, you can put a full color insert in there.
Really?
So people open it and go, wow. And then one of our offerings is molded chocolate bars of your logo. And it could go right inside that box.
That's cool.
So we have a lot of options for corporate giving.
Yeah.
And again, I think we're more than just a little chocolate shop. And we love to have people come experience your chocolate and listen to me talk about it. And also wine and chocolate pairings. Hey.
Wine and chocolate. Best combination
For
ever.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm raring to roll. Don't know about y'all, but if you ain't clued in by now, then you must not have any red blood pumping through your veins. Better get familiar. Carmen, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And we'll look forward to having you back.
Thanks for having me, and we invite you down anytime.
Definitely. We'll be there, man.
Okay.
It was Juneteenth this past weekend that we celebrated, and we at Culture for a Cause are very proud to be able to participate in the Juneteenth event. And we have a music video that we produced for the special occasion, and we're going to let it rip for you at this time. Dan, take it away.
Glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory. Life is hard, kid, and it can be trite. The greatest respect in music is to bring it to life. Humming the line, the melody is strong. Cause those who wish to sing will always find a song. The touch of lovers know it. Everyone becomes a poet when you feel it in your heart. That's when your feelings start to own it. And lift your soul when your face show it. That's when you love it. Emotions and the tears run when you going through it. Loyalty is given, respect is everything. And those who fly solo will have the strongest wings. Music produce kings and queens. Hear the strings, let every voice ring. Cause we gon' sing.
We gon' sing and give them some hook. It's that rebel music that got them all shook. Instead of guns, I hope your son picks up a book. God gon' give us what the devil done took. Sing like them caged birds that can't make bail. We need more Maya Angelos and less jails. I ain't around, so my son ain't got no positive mail. Role model, so it's the bottle and drug sales.
Truth gon' reign. Yeah, that's the message. God bless it. It represents every benefit of belief and togetherness that we gon' sing. Yeah. We gon' sing. We gon' sing. We gon' sing. We gon' sing.
We gon' sing to the moment of truth. We can't go back in time, so we went in the booth. Yeah, we gon' sing cause the world's so cool. Malcolm ain't half much but a dream to hold.
Juneteenth is why we celebrate, why we overcome the tyranny of hate. From slavery to Jim Crow, for civil rights and the right to vote. We be down to be free since we got off the boat. Give me the music, give me the song, and I'll right these wrongs till the day I'm done questioning why it took so long for my people to get the word they were free to go home.
We gon' sing.
We gon' sing in the morning. We gon' sing at night. We gon' sing for the fallen and slain who made the sacrifice. We gon' sing in the field. We gon' sing in the streets. We gon' sing in the churchyard. To everyone we need to keep on singing. God gon' sing. God gon' sing. We gon' sing. God gon' sing. God gon' sing. Glory, hallelujah. God gon' sing. God gon' sing. God gon' sing. God gon' sing. we're gonna sing, we're gonna sing, glory, hallelujah.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in to CT Views, bringing it to you right here from your local access Altice Channel 5. And if you haven't heard, you better get familiar because Restaurant Week is going down.
That's
in
what we talked about last week.
We
Restaurant
sure
Week
did.
just started last Friday, which was Juneteenth.
Yep.
And it's running until this coming Friday, I believe. Is
Yep.
that correct?
Till Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
Till Saturday. And we've got
A long week, 9-day week.
9-day week. Who would have thought? And when it comes to food, your week can be extended, I think, right? I like that. Extend your week when it comes to food. And we've got Steve Timken here to talk to us more about the development of Restaurant Week for Torrington, what went into it, and just take it away.
Okay, we started off with that kickoff event last Thursday, and then officially opened Friday, and we have 19 restaurants involved, which we're happy. Each restaurant independently doing their own deal on what they want to offer as specials. There's a website at TorringtonRestaurantWeek.com where you can look up, see the restaurants and what's going on with them. And we had some very nice sponsors that are shown, include like O&G, Gangrish, Divine Events, and there's a cross-country mortgage, and Litchfield County Real Estate. They all chipped in, which was nice because now we're able to offer prizes for the people that go to the most participating restaurants during Restaurant Week. So we have...
So is there a card that, when you sign up for Restaurant Week, is there a certain card that people get that they have to take around to the restaurants? Or how is it working so you know who...
Well, you just go to these, and you got to know which of the 19, but it's a lot of the restaurants downtown are involved and elsewhere in town. But if you're at a participating restaurant and you get a receipt, you just keep that receipt.
Okay.
And then it's got to have the right date on it, let's say, to make
The
sure
right
it's during
date.
the restaurant.
Not something from a year ago, people, okay? It's got to be within the 9 days of Restaurant Week. 9 days. Okay.
And it only counts one. You can't go to one place 19 times, just
But no,
because
but can you go to one place?
You
2 or
can go
3
there
times?
as far as the...
No, but 3 times.
You can go... I'm happy to see you go there a lot, but it's just for the contest.
For the
We're seeing who goes to the most of the restaurants.
Of the 19 restaurants.
So is it the quantity of restaurants that you go to, or is
it is.
It is.
It is. It's the quantity of restaurants. You got. They want to see you go to the most restaurants within the 9 days.
But
that's 9 days, 19 restaurants. Okay.
But the
breakfast,
there's lunch and dinner. I mean, there are choices there. We've got Crossroads with a lunch special at $10. I mean, there you go. That's one, and then you've got Vegas restaurants for dinner. I mean, you've got so many different combinations.
Nutmeg fudge in there.
Nutmeg fudge for a little treat after. I mean, you've got so many combinations.
So if you go to...
You can go to 3 in one day.
Okay, be that as it may. My question is, if you go to a restaurant, if you go to, say, for example, all 19 restaurants, and you spend, your check average is $12.50. If someone else goes to 17 restaurants...
It's not about how much you spend.
Well, that's what I'm trying to...
It's not about how much you
check out these different places.
I'm just trying to clarify that for our audience so they know how the deal is going down.
Yeah, it's not about how much you spend. It's about how many restaurants you've visited during...
Okay. And buy one thing at least there.
Okay.
And not visit as in walk in, say hi, and walk out. Hi. I came, I saw, no. You have to buy at least one item. And so there are going to be some prizes. Okay. And where do they go to show at the end of Restaurant Week, who are they going to? The Torrington Downtown Partners office?
Right on Water Street. You can come in, show us your receipts. You have till, we're saying that we're till Thursday before.
And is
4th
pictures
July, July 2nd,
is pictures of receipts fine, acceptable?
As long as the dates should be
on it. Yes.
Yeah, maybe just bring the receipt, because then, you just show them to us. Okay.
Because sometimes I'm bad with receipts.
Oh yeah, no. If you got the receipt texted
but
to you, right.
Sometimes I'll just take a picture of it.
I cannot admit
it's one of those 19.
I cannot. Coryse actually admitted a vulnerability. This day will go down in infamy.
It's not just restaurant week, right?
You just added the creme la creme to the whole dessert. So, my God, Coryse, you're just taking on new and substantial horizons. Anyway, are we going to be able to get Crystal Teal on?
Yes. So we've got 8 minutes, and Steve, we want to thank you for explaining to us how Restaurant Week is going to work, the prizes that you can possibly get just from visiting the restaurants. We thank you so much for putting on Restaurant Week. And I believe we do have one of our restaurateurs here with us. So if you don't mind, we're going to cut to him in a minute. Hold on. We're going to unmic you here. Meanwhile, the camera's going to go to...
Hello.
There we go.
Hey.
Jacque, who do we have coming on?
We have Bill Kennedy from Crossroads getting ready to make his way onto the stage here. And Bill and I go a long way back in terms of Crossroads and what they've brought to the table. And we're so proud to have him on the show doing his thing, representing the cause at Crossroads.
Thanks for having me back.
Man, you're smooth as silk, brother.
Oh, really? That's great.
I mean, just kind of slid on in here.
Right on it.
Worked my way around the cameras, just kind of slid right in, yes. I'm good at following directions.
So, Bill, I wish we had more time, but hopefully this won't be a one-off, and we'll have you back on the show so you can keep us updated.
I actually don't think Bill forgot about bringing his $10 lunch special to the show today.
Yeah.
I think he's actually just holding it in the car for me. Because, I don't like to share.
Why are you so special?
You come down, I promise you, you got a $10 lunch special.
All righty. I mean,
you bring Jacque with you, and you both got it. There you go. All right.
Okay, I guess
Jacque, bring her in. You come in, Jacque. You got it.
No problem.
Yes.
No problem. I'm getting mad.
I'm going to go back and tell everyone there right now to look out for you guys, all right?
All right. Cool. There we go. So we've got your $10 lunch special. And then I know when you came on the show last week, you talked about at night there are different things from Trivia Week and whatnot. So, I mean, that's so far, how's it been going?
So far, it's been going great. We've had a handful of people come in and talk about Restaurant Week, which has been good to hear them ask about the specials and stuff. So last night we had our first Crossroads Family Feud. Was great. It was a great time.
I missed
you talk about fun. I'd say you got to look out for our game nights because they're always fun.
Yeah.
So you got to pay attention to that. So food is good, but the fun is better. I'm going to tell you that.
Food and fun. Two F's. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
But so far it's going pretty good. We have people coming in and asking. Again, a lot of it's our normal menu with some combos, 2 for $35, and our salad specials with the wine. So, but so far so good.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for coming on, stopping by, telling us how it's going so far. Unfortunately, we got to move on to the next because we've got 3 minutes left in our show, and we've got to squeeze one more person in. But thank you so much.
Thanks for having me back.
Yes.
So now, if the camera can pan in here on me, on this mug here, so that we can do this little transition, we want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to CT Views. If you have any ideas for guests or topics that you want to see on the show, please don't hesitate to give us a shout. You can check us out, CT Views, on our Facebook page. You can go to our YouTube channel, Culture for a Cause, to check us out. Or you can just tune in here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on your local Altice Access, Altice Channel 5. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Crystal, thank you so much for being patient tonight and coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I think it's noteworthy that you're taking time to participate in Restaurant Week, even though you're a business. And that's what makes Downtown Torrington so special, how everybody comes together and coalesces around these events that take place for the fortification of for our downtown. So talk to us a little bit while we have this time about Crystal Teal, what you got coming up for this week.
Crystal Teal, I mean, as you can see, she's all well put together with her crystals and her...
Thank you.
I mean,
you're
rocking it.
Thank you. Well, I own Crystal Teal Co. on Water Street, 41 Water Street. It's a boutique that has size-inclusive jewelry. We have clothes. We have women-only vendors. It's really an amazing place.
Woman
and fun.
power. There you go.
That's right. And we're offering 10% if you bring in a receipt from any of the participating restaurants
Holla.
during Restaurant Week, because we want to support all of our downtown businesses as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I wish we had more time to talk with you, but we're going to bring you back so you can share with our audience the great things that you got going on, your sales, your specials, so on and so forth. Okay.
Awesome.
So just remember that 10% off if you bring in a receipt during Restaurant Week or from Restaurant Week at Crystal Teal, right on Water Street.
That's right.
And as we close, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take this time to show the love and respect to our sponsors and thank them for their support. We want to give a big, huge shout out to Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Region Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. We want to thank all of our guests for coming on the show tonight. Man, has it been fun, but as the clock on the wall says, we got to run. But we hope we can see us back next week for more coming at you right here from your local access Altice Channel 5. It's CT Views. On behalf of my co-host, Coryse, we'll see you back next week.
Bye now.
Serious.